Hi guys, happy Easter Monday. Well, that's what it is for me today. I'm tired, but a good tired. What I like about Easter for me with disability is instead of like trying so hard, not just for others, but you do it for yourself too, like to go and do things and have fun, but fun takes energy, right? Energy depletion causes pain. It's a vicious cycle, okay? It's very vicious. Only some of you know this, and some of you don't know this life. And I'm glad for those that don't know this life, okay? Currently, Willow is having his knots taken out. It's been a little while because of the distraction of this young man. Yes, he's right here making biscuits. You can probably hear the purr. He's making biscuits. So Max is here because you're going to stay here. You're not going to run on the balcony and jump off the balcony. That could be like a Superman incident. You might have to make you a cape. Oh, you know what? Mummy could sew you a cape. Do you know your second oldest brother? Yes, he wore a Superman costume for many days. Mummy was getting rather worried. I thought I was never going to get it off. I thought I was never going to get to the point where I could get my child out of Superman outfit ready for preschool. It's a thing. Only my mother knows this. Anyway, okay, we got a tail. Good boy, make biscuits. So yeah, I feel very I guess you could say low pain. Now I know this sounds gross, but my bowels haven't been good because of gastroparesis. It's a whole GI problem, okay? And of course, with my lack of movement that I'm lacking to do, really makes my life hard because that doesn't help. And when I'm not doing hydrotherapy in summer, because I got to pull downstairs, which is wonderful in summer because pretty much the whole summer season my body does so much better. Like there's less pain, my muscles are stronger because I do a lot of specific exercises. Now I'm lucky. I went to a performing arts school and I studied how to be a personal trainer, how to be, sorry, that was in extra phys ed, and then I studied how to actually do aerobics classes in dance class. I don't know why it's part of the dance curriculum at a performing arts school, but it is. So now I was lucky because we had an aerobics instructor that used to live with us. And when I wasn't dancing, school holidays, things like that, she'd say, "Do you want to come with me?" And I'm like, "Well, I've got the leotards and I've got the tights. Let's go." And I enjoyed it because it was jazzercise. Her friend was an ex-ballerina. So when we met, we clicked it off, hit off, clicked, and everything was wonderful. The three of us had a ball. So before everyone got there and after everyone left, the pirouettes, the fun we had was really nice. It was really, really nice. And I enjoyed being fit, guys, because I have ADHD. And guys, yes, I know that there's drugs for that. I haven't tried them, so I'm not going to judge it. And I have been warned. See, it's a conflict with my seizures. But anyway, my advice, if you feel your ADHD is driving you crazy, let alone the people around you crazy, exercise. Exercise, 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 exercise. Now, I used to be also a person that loved running. I used to love to do a 4K. A 4K for me was like, the stress has gone. I feel good. And then I jump in the pool. I would literally just, usually it had to be just in my gym wear and then rinse it out really well. But I tell you what, if it was when the kids weren't around, I just used to take my gym wear off and just jump in naked into the pool. I was like, I'm hot. And it's the best thing you can do. Probably a little bit dangerous cool down. But anyway, when you're fit as what you can get, a 4K run, guys, is like a just really long, fast walk. Your heart is just designed for it. And so basically that's what I used to be able to do. definitely not the best thing I did in my life. Not because it's not a good thing to do for other people that are normal, but when you've got ME/CFS, when you've got anything that, like 22q, a genetic syndrome, and it makes things like that worse, not a good thing. So sadly, it shouldn't have been something I did. But I tell you what, if you're normal and you can do it, just do it. Like Nike, just do it. Good marketing team. It's impressive. Anyway, meaning come on, really? Just do it. To me, as someone I consider myself an intellect, I think it's stupid. But they say in marketing, don't they? Simple, stupid. Well, I think no. I look for names, especially on TikTok accounts. Oh, I love seeing the name that says something really, you go, oh, that's clever. That's clever. That's code. Because look, I should be a decoder. Ask Matt. I can decode by a person's speech. I can pick up when someone in my comments is someone I know in real life who's disguising themselves under an account. I can pick it up. I can pick up when people write a certain complicated name, and I'll say to someone, do you know what that really kind of, look at that handle, what do you think it means? And they look at it and they can't pick it up, or they'll pick up something totally weird. And then I'll tell them what I pick up, and they'll go, oh, wow. Yes, that's definitely that. Like, it's obvious now that I can see it. Should have worked for the CIA. Damn it. Autistic women. Autistic women. I'm going to look into that lady that flew that plane, Robin. I'm going to look into her, and I'm telling you, I bet you she was autistic. I bet she was. I bet you she was an autistic girl. Grew up into an autistic woman and went, I'm going to do that. I'll fly planes. I'm good at this. So autism is not always troublesome. And people say it's a disorder. I disagree. It's a difference. We're different, not less. But what I will say, it is a disability. And that's not because of us. It's because when we walk out of our door, or people come into our door in our world, they make us feel disabled because they don't meet us where we are. It's like going to another country and ignoring their culture. When you're going to really have misinterpretations when you communicate, misunderstandings, all that kind of stuff. Same thing. Autism is something that, and watch this space, because in the training modules, I'm going to be a big part of that. Not just for general autism for all of us, but for girls and women. Where you'll be going out there, you go to the shopping centre and you pick them out, and you go, that woman there, she's autistic. And I know this because I've been given the secret. I will share my secrets, okay? And this is not the DSM one. You can get that online. You can get those things anywhere, okay? You don't need the DSM one. I will give you the ones that aren't in the DSM, meaning the social model of autism, not the medical model of autism. Look, the medical model has its place in diagnosis, treatments, therapies. As a kid, I needed therapies. No shame. So even as an adult, I'm still needing therapies because of my IDD. I am. So I'm a protected species. I can't do everything that a 50-year-old can do. I can't. It's dangerous for me to do that. So anyway, but I will. Watch this space. You're gonna learn a lot, and you're gonna be like, wow, that was cool. Because when I saw it too, well, actually, I got a different feeling when I read about autism from my guru, which is Tony Atwood. And we were in the car, and it was the audio book, because naturally, I'm dyslexic, okay? Forget about reading. I've been to university. I've done the big reading. Oh, that chapter was long. It took me 15 minutes to read, and I'm like, oh my God. It took me 3 hours. Shut up. You're whinging about 15 minutes of your life? It took me 3 hours. It took you 15 minutes. What? And you complain. Anyway, audiobook, and I'm sitting there, and we're on our way, funnily enough, to a doctor appointment. And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, oh, I said, Matt. This dude, is this the Truman Show and he's studying me? Because he knows what I'm thinking. It was that bad. And Matt was like, all right, is she cracking? Is this stress of like homelessness, the 2020 stress, all this? She cracked. Like, so I think for some seconds there, he was going, oh, I think she's losing it. Is it the menopause? I was in perimenopause then. Is it the perimenopause? But no. I was like, he knows everything and he knows how to say it. It actually makes it really emotional. I've spent my whole life not being able to describe anything about me, about how I see the world, about why I'm so confused. Because people as a child would always say, what are you thinking in that little head? Tell me, talk to me. And I'm just like, I'm struggling. Because like I said, I was selective mute for 11 years. Okay, there was only family members that I was born around that I could speak immature, limited words to. I struggled for so many years. I was trapped. I remember being trapped. It wasn't all bad though, I'll tell you that. I'm just gonna be honest. If your child is very much in there still right now and you're listening to this, it's not a bad place. It's actually not. It's really hard to actually come out of it. It's worse to come out fully out of it. It's like, oh damn, I want to go back in. This is too much. You neurotypical disordered people are really a lot. Yeah, you really like to answer a lot of questions and you really like to talk. Can't go to sleep now. I've got a social hangover. Or they think that you don't like them and it's like, why would you think that? Because you never text me. And I'm like, oh, no. The number of texts mean how much I love and like you? What? To an autistic, that's crazy. Because we just don't do that. We just don't. Like, we get, like that funny that I did with the phone. Oh, that one? That's how I feel. When I get a text or phone call, I'm like, oh, even if it's my son. And I love my son and I want to speak to him. But it's just this autistic thing. It's like, phone. When do I know how to stop speaking? They're not in front of me. I don't know some of the things I look for. How am I going to... There's overwhelmness of communication problems. Phones represent communication. Nightmare. Even you neurotypicals, think about it. Using a telephone is harder than being in person. Getting a text message. What does that mean? Because sometimes I've got things and I'm like, oh, that means that. And someone goes, no, they're being like rude or they're being an arsehole or, oh, are they? How do you know that? It's text. Anyway, and then they explained to me little information that I'm like, this book that you guys got given, can I have a copy, please? I think it's probably up to like 5,000 edition, because like I've missed it all and I'm 50. Anyway, people teach me. That's what social stories are for. That's why I still need a social stories person, which is a speech therapist. I need some coffee. The sound of an empty coffee cup. Some of you know what I'm feeling right now. Let's see if it's a mistake. Not an angle problem. All right, not an angle problem at all. It is empty. Okay, so to wrap this up, this is a get ready with me autistic style. I do that because when autistics don't know what to do, they might do dumb things like, because they don't know what to do, they think, oh, that's trendy. Or that's trendy. Was that trendy? Okay, I know I look like an idiot, I'm sorry. But we do things that we think are normal. Sometimes we get it wrong, sometimes we get it right. But what I love about us and what I love about you guys out there that are autistic too is the things that we do that are different. That is just our language. I see an autistic, whether they're non-verbal, whether they're high functioning, I can spot them. I smile, I feel happy. And I think in my head, like, I hope they're having a great life. I hope things are really good for them being an autistic in this world. So that's what I want you guys to feel out there. Live your best autistic life unapologetically, like the girl says in Love on Spectrum season 3. You've got to see it's really good. I think it's is it Madison or Madeline or whatever. I relate to her. When I was watching the intro of her, Sarah was just going. I was like, yeah, I know. She's just like me. She likes dolls. She likes this. She likes that. I know. I've got it. Okay? Yeah. Sometimes you look at it and you go, oh, that's just so... And you neurotypically probably have the same thing. Maybe there's a character in a movie or whatever and you see it and your partner goes, that's so you. And it's like, no, it's not. But it is, right? But anyway, that's autism for you. So, autism, get ready with me. Autistic style. Celebrate Autism Awareness Month, guys. Okay? If you're too shy, but you want to, make a post and make it good. Be loud and proud because you're different, not less. You're different. You just think differently. You do things differently. And when people try and say, that's not how you do it, you go, where's the rule book? Because there isn't one. And they won't be able to give you one. And so you go, well, I like to do it this way. Even if it's your boss. Even if it's your boss. I did that. And he goes, I know, but it's going to make the supervisor sad. Why? Because she's made up that system and it's going to hurt her feelings. It's the ego thing. So, guys, if you're autistic, the neurotypicals have this thing called ego. And we think we're helping. Sometimes we're doing some harm by making them feel stupid. We don't intend that, I know. We're like, what? I'm not making them feel stupid. Why would I want to make them feel stupid? I want to actually give them this best system to use because it's better than the current. Maybe it's just outdated and they need to upgrade it. They needed me to come along. God sent me to work here to do this. And then they can take all the thing for it. I don't care. They can say they came up with it. But I just want to do it this way. Do that. Anyway, I'm sure a lot of you can relate. Happy Autism Awareness Month. Love you all. Bye.